So I got a pretty interesting video for you today. Sorry about some noise that you might hear. I forgot it's trash pickup day and they're picking up the trash now, of course. So besides that, I want to first off give a huge shout out to the Bar Lazy J guest ranch because through them, by going to work for the Bar Lazy J guest ranch, I was able to take two pretty much trips of a lifetime. One, of course, one was to Tibet. If you follow me and know about me, you know I went to Tibet. And then I took this trip here. This was a fantastic road trip that I took. And I just wouldn't have been able to do it if I hadn't been working. You know, the money, the time, everything coming together was all because I was working at the Bar Lazy J Guest Ranch. A huge shout out to Jared and Sherry, Tammy and Chad. I met many, many wonderful people there, both employees and guests. A lot of them I'm still friends with here on Facebook, and they follow me, support my jewelry making and everything else I do. So, with that, on with the video, I think. That's first off, I need to tell y'all some history. History! Because we all got history. So, years ago, probably back in the 80s or early 90s, I saw this show, something about treasure hunting, treasure hunters. And on it was, there was one show about going out to Nevada, in the deserts of Nevada, and digging for the fire opals. We're digging for opals in general. At the Royal Peacock Opal Mine. And boy, that just stuck in the back of my head. For one thing, opals are my birthstone. So I began to devise this road trip. And let's look at a map here. Oh yeah. So I devised a road trip where I left my home in Colorado, Parshall, got on 70, rode all the way out to, let's see where it is. Here we are up here, Winnemucca. I walked them dusty streets of Winnemucca, and when I left there, it was 135 miles to the nearest, they had a sign, 135 miles to the nearest gas station. That's how far out into the desert wilderness you are. And then here's the Denio Junction, and that's where I stopped at the Royal Peacock Opal Mine. Now then, after that, I'll tell you the rest of the trip. I went out, maybe I'll tell you the rest of the trip. I was able to go, I went out to the Oregon, to the, that's where the British Columbia, where, so, you know, you're right there at the Oregon state line. I'm like, well, what the heck? So I went out to here, to Bandon by the Sea, a beautiful, beautiful place. I would have retired there if it just wasn't so far away from everybody that I love and know. But it's a beautiful place. I spent almost a week there at the state park. Great place, beautiful beach, beautiful people. Then I went up here to Eugene, right here. I went to Eugene, and where I had friends there, plus, you know, it's some cultural heroes of mine. The Arthur Kinkese's there. And then let's see, I circled back around down to, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it here. Wherever Bend is. Oh, here's Bend here. So I circled around to Bend. Tried the beers there. I went there for the beers. I wasn't impressed by Bend, but it was okay. So then I went out here, somewhere out here in the Oregon Badlands, about an hour and a half away from Bend, is a place called the Black Buttes. And that's really where this this story ends. Kind of begins and ends all in the same place. So I've got this. I went out there to the Royal Peacock Opal mine, and that's what I'm going to show you. But it's all kind of formulated in my mind when I make these trees here. Let me show you what I do. So I bought these trees. I make these trees. This is a piece of obsidian that I got there in Oregon at the Glass Buttes. It was the end of the trip. I wish I'd gotten more of it, but some of it was really big pieces. I was getting kind of tired, I guess. It had been almost 3 weeks. But you see, I make these trees, and and I wanted to mount it on this obsidian, but I wanted to clean it up a little bit. So I put it in, and it's come out kind of glassy, as you can see. But I polished it a little bit some. So I polished it some, and I had to put in other material with it. And that's what I wanted to show you. So I got all this. These are all Apache tears that I collected there, right there in Nevada at the Peacock Mine, outside the Peacock Mine, there in the desert where I was walking. I found a whole bunch of these, and I wanted to show you these right quick because these were really interesting. Here's some more interesting. Now this is from Wyoming. This is like some I can't think of the name of it now, but it's beautiful. Let's see what it's like under here. So we're going to bring this, and you can see how beautiful that is. Volcanic glass. And I've got this. I've got some beads that look like this. I want to say that this could be maybe red jasper. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I love picking up rocks, and I know what I like. I love the petrified wood. And that's what this is, I think. A piece of petrified wood. But I really don't know that much about it. You know, I've tried to study. I've talked to people. But I found this piece. Here's another little piece of, I think this is petrified wood too. See the grain in it. But I really was wanting to show you this. This is the piece I wanted to show you. Look at this. This is one of the Apache tears. Now the Apache tears, but it looks like it has, I don't know if that's quartz or opal. I'm not picking it up good there. I think I'm better off here. So I don't know if that's opal in there or quartz. I want to say it's opal. You know, not the common opal, common white opal. And it goes all, that piece goes all the way through there. Isn't that interesting? I find it interesting. And the Apache tears, the legend of the Apache tears are they are the tears. There were some this is gonna make a beautiful piece. There were some 79, I think it was, warriors got killed, and the gods were so saddened that the tears from all their loved ones when they hit the ground turn to these Apache tears. So, and that's what they turn to, the glass rocks. They're volcanic rock, but I really think that one's interesting. Just because, I mean, that's odd. That's really odd. I've never seen anything like that. So, when I was digging there in Nevada, it was, you dig into the side of a mountain. They come and they kind of shave it off for you, and then you dig. And the dirt is 100,000 years old. This right here is, found a lot of this. This is just common opal. Doesn't have a lot of value, but it's, look there, you can see the wood grain in it. Isn't that interesting? And that one might actually have some color there. But the dirt is 100,000 years old. Where you're digging at, most of the stuff I haven't looked at, especially this. It's more common opal. The ground is 100,000 years old. It used to be, back before the volcano erupted, it was a lush with trees and lakes, things like that. And then the volcano blew, Yellowstone I think it was, blew, and that could be had a little color there too. The volcano came and the dust, of course, covered everything and made it into this desert. And the opals are the insides, as you can see. You can see that that's the tree there. So then we go on, and we have, these are the small opals. So I'm digging. It's hot. You're in the middle of the desert. I'm camping out. I camped out most of the time. I spent a couple of days at a house in Eugene and a couple of days in Bend. But other than that, I camped the whole time. So this is some of these I'm showing you now. These, you got these little pieces. Where's that other piece? You got these little pieces as you're digging. Here's another common opal. And they're just in the wall. You're digging this wall, and I had a rake, and I was raking through it. And the first couple days, I found these little pieces. And, oh look, that one, you can see the color in that one. Did you see it flash? Yep, there's a little bit of color. I hope you're being able to see that. There's a little bit of green on that end and a little bit of red up here. There's that red flashing. Yeah. So supposedly these are worth a lot of money. I don't know. But supposedly they're worth a lot. You see a little color there. You see a little color on the edges there. So let's see what else. Well, I got some other ones. All of these had color at one time. And then I was looking at them when I was getting ready to do this video, and I didn't see as much color as I remember seeing before. Let's see what we got here. But they're beautiful. I mean, I still like them. They're still beautiful. Here's one. Now this one you can see. This one, I think all of these, let me show you. So I think originally all four of these were like one piece. And I broke them when I was digging them out. But they really flashed some color. but I don't see any now. But I think that is so cool how the bark is still like that. And I actually have found, if I see them, I'll point them out to you, but I actually have some actual wooden twigs that were still in the bank, and they were still perfectly preserved wood. But there's that one, and there's this one, and look at there, you can see there, that's just petrified wood right there. Isn't that cool? The inside, and then the outer bark there. I see a little color there, right on the point tip. So a little bit of color flash there. See that? Not a lot. I swear I thought they flashed a lot more color when I first dug them out. You can see the inside sap there of the wood. I just think that's cool. Here's the other piece, and I know this one had a good bit of color too. You can see it right there. See that color, that red? Look at that. And it'd be nice if I had the knowledge and the tools to slice this, and then that would really give me some pieces that, but you can see. Because if it's like that all the way through, it's probably really pretty inside there if I knew how to get that bark off. But you can see. Let's see. This piece had a lot of color to it. This is a little piece, but there was some. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is gorgeous. Let's see. Here's this little piece. That's just common. Looks like there. If you want to know how, I meant to tell you this, if you want to know how I make these trees and mount them to the rocks, if you want me to do a video on that, how I'd make these, send me, leave me a comment in the message, leave me a comment below. But back to the opals, we're almost ready for the main event. So there's the colors. This one has some color to it. You see that? That's just amazing how it does that. It's another common opal. But those are beautiful. How they look, how milky they are. Let's see, have we got anything here? Yep, look, nope, that was my finger. Amazingly beautiful. That would still make a pretty piece of jewelry, pendant, and a jewelry, small pendant. So I was digging along there in this bank, and I've been digging in the same place for a couple of days. Look at that with the bark. I love that, how that does that. And that has some color there too. So I'm digging there 2 days, camping out. The sky was amazing. I mean, more stars than I've ever seen anywhere. Of course, you're out in the middle of the desert there. There's nothing, there's nothing for miles around. And I'm digging on the second day, and I'm starting to think about the beach up there in Bandon. I'd already had that reserved at the state park, but I could always, change the reservations. So those are the precious opals there. Now, supposedly, like I say, those are worth a lot of money. And then I haven't, done anything, but this is the 100,000-year-old dirt. And I want to go through that because I want to get out those opals. Or there could be, like that could be an opal up under there, you know. There could be some of these rocks could be cleaned off and be opals. That so much. But like this, see, there's definitely some opal there. So that could be cleaned up. That might look really nice with the bar cleaned up. And okay, it doesn't seem like we can get through a freaking video without having a disaster. Okay, so here's that piece out of that bag. And what I do is I just use a dental tool to scrape it. You don't want to scrape it too hard. You don't want to break it. You're just trying to get that outside dirt off. And I got a couple of brushes. I've got a wire brush somewhere I need to get it. But you can just take a brush. You're just trying to get that outside layer off. And you can see it. It's starting to... Oops, where are you? There you go. That wood is becoming more defined. It's a little bit of opal showing out. So it's looking good. I just want to show you that little bit of stuff as a prelude to the main event. Now, like I was saying, been there in the desert for 2 days. Let's see, this was opals ready 221. This is 224. So I haven't looked in this. So it was 5 years before 221 too. So what would that be? 221, 2019, 18, 2017 is when I took this trip. And I haven't looked in this box since then. So here we go. It was 2 days. I was there in the desert. And on the evening of the second day, on the evening of the afternoon of the second day, I was thinking about the beaches there in Bandon, being at the beach. Hadn't been to the beach in forever, living there in Colorado. So I began to think of that. And I was thinking of maybe not staying for the third day because I'd gotten those little ones, and that's really all I'd gotten. And then all of a sudden, I heard sound like cracking glass, and this flew past my head. This was there. Where are you? Yeah, this flew past my head. Beautiful piece, and it was part of a little log that it was near the end of the day, so I stayed the next day. It took me about a half a day to dig it out, the whole piece out, because I didn't want it to break. And in the end, it did break. The guy was trying to help me clean it up a little bit the end of that third day, and it did break. But I put it in here. It says ready November 21st. And so it's been in there for 5 years at that point. So it's been 5, this is 24, 5, 6, 7.5 years now it's been in this box. I'm just now opening it. I haven't opened it yet. But here we go. Let's see the opals that I got. And there we go. You can see I've got it in all this dirt here. Let's see if I can get you situated here. This dirt, let's lower that a little bit. There we go. And this was the whole thing. It was like this, and then it was like this. And then I think it was like this. Let's pull it out of here. We will do the full reveal now. So As you can see, I've got some other stuff in here. I haven't gone through any of this. There could be some opals in there. I don't think so, but there could be some other rocks. Who knows? There's some common opal. And that's pretty interesting right there. If any of y'all know anything about this, then leave me a comment. There's a nice, pretty rock. So that might be opal. Anyway, and this, I love that. See, there's a piece of that wood. Now that's petrified, but look at how isn't that cool? That is so cool. To me it is, anyway. Like I say, I wish I knew more about it than I do. But there could be some other pieces like that. I'm setting this to the side too. There could be plenty more in there. But anyway, what we're here to see is this big bad boy. Let's see if I can just set back up here without too much trouble. Let's see, I'll give it like that. And so it was set up. How did I have it? Was it like that? Was it like that? There we go. Like a glove. And then this was on the end here. And that's how I dug it out of the bank. It was just like that. Isn't that cool? And as you can see here, it's black opal. Don't really see any fire. But then that, you can see, whoops, that's where that chip came off of. That was what was sticking out. There you go, black opal. Let me turn it around in my hand. So that is cool. And then the last piece here is this piece here. Now supposedly now these are where they can be worked with without them breaking any further without really being rough with them. I mean, opals are fragile no matter what. So then what I'm gonna do is I'll start. I need to go outside and do this instead of here at the table. But I'll just start scraping that off. Get down in there. See what I can find. Right there is just dirt. You can see that just come off of there. So this is just what I wanted to show you. If you know anything about it, if you go out to the Royal Peacock Opal mine, give me a shout out to them. Tell them you saw my video. It was a great experience. I mean, I camped out. I ate good. It was a trip of a lifetime. So you see, that just all comes off there. And then I got to get my little wire brush. I have a little wire brush. And then you just brush that off. And it'll take some time because, like I say, you don't want to be too rough. I'm wondering if I can take my Dremel to it at this point. You know, my Dremel has a brush. There's a little opal showing through right there. Yeah, there's some more showing through. So there's still, I mean, this is a pretty piece. So, leave me comments. Let me know what you think of my videos. Let me know what you think of the videos. Comment, share, like, and follow the channel. We're gonna do some more interesting things. The next video I got planned, I'm gonna show something cool about living here in Vero Beach. So subscribe so you don't miss the video. You know, that I swear it looks like it has a little bit of color in it. So, but I don't know. They need to be cleaned up now. Now that they're fully now that, what's the word I'm looking for? Seasoned, I guess, is the word. They can be worked with a little bit more. And they're just really, I find them really beautiful. Even though these may not be worth, the black ones aren't, I don't know if they're worth anything or not. There again, leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think about all this. Thanks. Until the next video, peace, love each other, take care of each other, don't be mean, be good.